This was originally a rap song, but I'm going to speak it as if it's a rap. So. I'll tell you a story. Let's reverse to the first day. In the beginning, there's 12 birds in a bird cage. Eggs crack, life starts in the worst way. Set back behind bars on their birthday. After the first week, they accept it as home, since they learn to appreciate that they're not alone. With enough to survive on, they love all that they own, thinking the cage is amazing because it's all they've been shown. Surrounded by the bars, thinking that they had freedom. Living to survive, not seeing there was a reason. Time ticking by, each second like a season, and never did they fly, not knowing that they would weaken. But they were satisfied with the life behind bars, and could only be wishing that time would fly past. So they never considered their life as quite hard, because they only could compare it to life behind glass. But the day came, one was seeking for a meaning. For the urge to escape, the bird began feeling. Looking at its wings, but couldn't even reach the ceiling, till it found a book, pulled it in the cage, and started reading. The book that it found was called How to Fly, which offered a key and warned it was about to die. So the key set it free, and it found the light flapping its wings for the first time around the sky. It never had before felt the warmth of the sun, swooping over the ocean with fresh air in its lungs. Feeling the freedom, seeing he must have been trapped before, but little did he know, life had only just begun. Finally free, on his very first flight, he saw that before he had very blurred sight. The cage told him that was any bird's life, but then he was told the truth when he heard light. So then the bird wished he had known, but realized that the other birds still don't. They remain locked up and alone, living in a prison with the cage as a home, so he flew back to the other 11, wanting to stay but knowing he would forget. You've been trapped since birth 24/7, but there's a way of escape to a place called heaven. But the birds laughed and hardly even listened, refusing to follow a book and had made up their decision. They didn't see because they were living in a prison since birth, so they didn't have the faith to get the vision. But though he realized the cage was a bird trap, darkness was calling him, and sadly he heard that he could really only be home if he turns. So he started to miss it before deciding to return back. If only he knew he was making a mistake, even leaving the book out, forsaken from the cage, changing his decision so he couldn't even see the way to their freedom, because they needed the key. If only they knew they could be making an escape. There was a way that could be breaking all the chains. But if only the bird knew, why didn't he see that one of the 11 in need of freedom was me? This is where it gets deep. 15 years of my life in a cage, fine living life while I guided the way. I wasn't looking for my life to be changed, but never knew I was trapped till I tried to escape. I knew there was more, so I flew to the door and tried to make my own route to the Lord. I never knew only you could afford to restore, though I couldn't get through to the store. But then the day came I was set free, and bought with a price, no debt or fee. See, all of my life I was reading the book, but didn't get it could affect me or let me see. But 11 birds still remain trapped in the cage I escaped from and never turned back. And that's a fact, because they estimate that 11 in every 12 claim that they don't know how to fly. Basically, just to explain a little bit, the 11 in every 12, the reason that you present 12 birds in the cage is because 11 in 12 people claim they're not born again. So it's kind of like a picture.
Thank you to everybody.